Welcome to another edition of African Captivating Stories. Let's get to the watch. My name is Sarah. I'm 20 years old. Please learn from my mistake. I hope every young lady, especially those who depend solely on their rich Yahoo boyfriends, learned something from my story. My life was ruined because of carelessness and my desperate hunger for money. Don't throw away your pad, Sarah. I'll help you with that, he always said. Why? I asked him curiously the first time. He ran his fingers through his hair and said, because I'm your boyfriend. It's my duty to help you with things like that. I looked at him with suspicion, but I loved him so much. Who was I to doubt him? So I would just hand him my used pad and go back to the room, believing he was simply helping me dispose of it. Jude, my boyfriend, was very generous. He bought me the latest iPhone, took me shopping at the end of every month, sometimes right after I finished my period. Yes, Jude is a Yahoo boy, but I loved how hardworking he seemed. I always prayed he'd land a big client so he could keep taking care of me. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. Jude always handled my menstrual pads and made me feel special. He even kept track of my ovulation cycle and knew exactly when my period would start. Whenever I was close to seeing my period, Jude would call me over to his place. I'd spend about a week with him, and during that time, he would pamper me with so much love and attention. I thought this was what love looked like, a caring boyfriend who spent money on me and always wanted me around. But then Jude started asking for something unusual. Something shocking. He asked that we have septics during my period. I hesitated and told him I wasn't comfortable with that, but he got furious, angry, cold. I didn't want to upset him, so I gave in. I told myself, it's just a few minutes of lovemaking. I can clean up afterwards. But what started as a few minutes of lovemaking during my period led to something strange. Something terrifying began to happen after Jude started sleeping with me during my menstruation. I didn't want to upset him, so I gave in. I told myself, it's just a few minutes of lovemaking. I can clean up afterwards. But what started as just a few minutes during my period turned into something strange, something terrifying. Each time Jude and I made out while I was menstruating, the bedspread would end up soaked in my own blood. Somehow, I always felt terrible afterwards, like something wasn't right. But I couldn't stop. My biggest fear was Jude getting upset with me. I didn't want that. Ever since we started dating back in my 200 level in university, my life had changed for good. The feeling of being dropped off on campus in a flashy car, the pride of sitting in the front seat beside Jude, looking at other girls as though they were beneath me, the constant pampering, the shopping, the expensive gifts. I felt like a queen. Though my mother had warned me countless times to stay away from Jude, I refused to listen. She couldn't be the one to kill my joy. And as for my broke friends, the ones I used to hang out with, they all faded away, unable to keep up with my new standard. After one of our usual lovemaking, we were about to clean up when Jude stopped me. He insisted he would wash me himself. What kind of love is this? I blushed, feeling shy but flattered. He led me into the bathroom. I wanted to sit on the WC, but Jude told me to sit on a bathing bucket instead. Then he poured water over me, washing the blood off gently, into the bucket. Curious, I asked why he was collecting the bloody water. He smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll flush it myself." I didn't think too much of it at first. I mean, Jude had always been the caring type, or so I thought. But then, it became a routine. Each time I visited him during my period, he'd insist on washing me. He'd always make sure to collect the water filled with my blood every single time. And he'd never let me flush it. He'd take the bucket himself, step outside quietly, and return minutes later, smiling as though nothing happened. I should have known something was wrong, but I was too blinded by the lifestyle, too afraid of losing him, too addicted to the feeling of being better than the rest. Too addicted to the feeling of being better than the rest. Then, the nightmares began. Every night, I'd wake up in cold sweat. Thanks for your support. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more intriguing episodes.